Here we are at the 132-pound brackets of the North and South tournaments. And sophomore Kelly Keikos with 1 seed here at 132 pounds in the North. Over senior Chris Cleland, who's qualified for regional several times, who's a senior in 17-0. You have Eddie Galang, the senior from North Penn, who's 8-1, and then Christian Martinez, another freshman that from Ben Salem that is having a pretty good freshman year, 14-1. This weight class features like kind of 2 levels. You have your upper level guys, and it's gonna be outlined by the 4 that make the semis. You see Keikos beating Lindros from Council Rock South, Martinez beating Williams from Lower Marion, Galang beating Free from Upper Perk, and Cleland beating Luke Wilson from CB East. I then think Keikos beats Martinez. Keikos has wrestled real well this season up to this point, has some wins over some other regional qualifier, Trent Allen, Mason Karkoska of O&J. And again, in a season where we're only wrestling within our league, that's all we have to go by. But those are 2 quality wins. Galang is 8-1. I think he beats Cleland in that semifinals in a bit of an upset. I like the way Galang's been wrestling. Haven't seen him in person yet this year, but he's wrestled tough up to this point. Looking at the Constellation bracket, and you got Lindros versus Williams. I think Lindros wins. Lindros is going to be like, he's just a sophomore. He's a product of that Council Rock South room. Didn't really break the lineup much as a freshman. Comes in, I think he beats Judea Williams and gets in that Concy semis against Cleland, who ultimately is going to be a little bit too tough for him. Free and Wilson, I think Free beats Wilson, then ultimately loses to Martinez, and then the top 4 seeds hold, just not in that order. I think Cleland beats Martinez, and then you go at this weight class, Keikos from Perk Valley as your 1 seed and a regional qualifier. Eddie Galang, North Penn, senior, 2nd place. Chris Cleland from CB West. And Christian Martinez from Ben Salem is your 4th placer, and those are your 4 regional qualifiers from within this weight class. It's pretty. I think the seed, the committee, and everything got everything right with this one as far as the top 4 guys. Maybe I just think that Galang and Cleland are pretty close. Whether it's a 2 and a 3, ultimately Galang winning, but all 4 of those seeds going to regionals, and next weekend at Council Rocks hosting those. So Rock North, Rock South, a 2-venue regional tournament as was announced this week. As we go into the South bracket. We have returning state medalist Nathan Lucier from Coatesville as your 1 seed. We have Griffin Hollingsworth, who's a senior undefeated from Garnet Valley. I don't know why I said that. Ryan Laura, Downingtown East, sophomore, is your 3 seed. Mason Karkoska is your 4 from O&J. This one, I think Lucier beats McMillan from Oxford, who hasn't wrestled a match this year as part of that Oxford contingent. And I just think in that Chestmont match, Lucier is way too tough for McMillan. Green and Karkoska, I think, is going to be a really good first-round matchup. Not one of the better ones in the South, but I think Karkoska ultimately wins that. Laura and Patton is a rematch from earlier in the year, in which Patton won. Laura, coming off a freshman year, which saw him go to states. I think Patton wins again. Despite the coaches from the Chestmont voting Laura the better guy, I think Patton is going to get the win here. Then you have Kelton Brumner from Strathaven and Hollingsworth, and some Central League action there. I think Hollingsworth wins. I think Hollingsworth then beats Patton, but then falls to Lucier in the finals. Looking at the Wrestlebacks, McMillan and Green. I'm going Green from Ridley, just from the simple fact that McMillan, I don't know what we're going to get. He was a 16-8 as a freshman. He's 0-0 coming into sophomore year. Not McMillan. I just think Green's is going to be in better shape. He's going to be able to go, and like I said, there's nothing to go off of with McMillan other than what he did last year. I know he's a tough kid, but I need to know more than that. Otherwise, I'm going Green. Laura and Brunner, I'm going Laura, which sets up some interesting Conti semi matches with a berth to regionals on the line. And I got Patton and Green. I'm going Patton from Westchester Henderson, giving Coach Begley another qualifier. I'm going Karkoska over Laura over what's going to be probably one of the better, if this bracket falls this way, this is going to be one of the better matches in that Conti semi round in the tournament. Karkoska and Laura. Karkoska's season cut short last year due to injury in the district. Like I said, Laura, went on and had a pretty nice run there in the postseason. And then if that falls that way, I think Karkoska beats Patton for third place. Again, Karkoska, one of those kids, has got some unfinished business from last year. Not being able to fulfill his potential for postseason. So 126 pounds, there you have your 4 regional qualifiers. And from the South, we go Nathan Lucier from Coatesville, Griffin Hollingsworth from Garnet Valley at number 2, Mason Karkoska, ONJ 3, and Brett Patton from Westchester Henderson is your 4th place finisher.